Not really. Because there's a mammary glands and there's a nipple. Way distended nipple because she's lactating right now. That cat over there. And once I've cleaned it up here, we'll show and see the non-pregnant uterus versus the pregnant uterus. Alright, but we have on that cat, we have mammary glands. So we'll see that here down the road. Okay, so now what do we see right there now, folks? Now we're going to come over here to the brachiocephalic vein. And I'm going to work on the left-hand side. Alright, but notice what happens. Right brachiocephalic vein and left brachiocephalic vein. And notice what letter do we see there again?
Y.
Letter Y. So what we're going to do is, there's my brachiocephalic vein. And now what happens is, some of this is going to be blind. You're working blind on some of this. Now what do I mean by blind? You're going to have to go into the abdominal, into the body. Because notice there's my arm, and what we're going to want to see next time is that. There are my jugular veins, and I can actually see some of them. I can see my jugular vein there, but I can't see it in here. Alright, actually, let's do this here. So let me work on this side. This actually looks good right here. So let's do it on the right hand side. Alright, so let's see what we have. So there, folks, is my right brachiocephalic vein right there. And then I've got 1, 2 branches, and there we can see the branches right there. So let's see what we have here, folks. Yes, right there is my subclavian vein, and there is my jugular vein right there. Okay, so brachiocephalic right side, there is subclavian right side, and jugular right side. But now notice, so what we're going to do now is, we're only going to look at the jugular today, so we're not going to look at the subclavian branch. That's what we'll do next time, right? So let's see what do we have. We've got brachiocephalic, and there's my jugular right there. But notice how many jugulars. 1, 2, 3 jugulars, or branches of the jugular. So what do we have? We've got the external jugular. External, now why is it called external? So on quiz purposes, lab exam purposes, we can't just call it the jugular, because there are 3 of them. Now why is it called the external jugular? Because there it is right there. And notice, right now it is in my body cavity. So that blue is in my body cavity. So it is inside the body cavity. So what's going to have to happen? It has to come out of the body cavity, right? So what I'm going to do is gently just follow that external jugular along. Real gentle. Now, a little technique here, because I'm working blind, I don't know where that vein is, but I need to clean the area. I need to clean the area, so I need to cut through things. So what you do, folks, is, if that is the blood vessel, you're going to put your scissors on top of the blood vessel, like that. And cut small, open the face small little cuts. And if I'm staying above the blood vessel, then what's probably not going to happen?
Puncture.
I'm probably not going to cut the blood vessel, right? So that's what I'm doing there. I'm just gently teasing it along, and there I've cut through the neck muscle. So there's my external jugular right there. There's the external jugular right there. So all of this outside my body cavity, coming into my body cavity right there, is my external jugular. Right? Then, and why did I choose the right hand side here, folks? Because there I've got a nice prominent internal jugular. Internal, coming from inside. Actually, the internal runs right next to the carotid artery right there. So that's my external jugular. Let me pin the external jugular.
So you have a jugular on each side, and then an internal jugular,
So
or an external
2.
jugular on
So
each
there's
side.
external jugular there, internal jugular deeper in.
That will
to
branch
pairs.
off from the external.
No, they will run into the external jugular right there. So the
Okay.
internal jugular runs into the external jugular right there. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, we have another jugular called the transverse jugular. And notice there you can see, there's my external jugular running up there, coming down from where? The face area. So all of that is my external jugular. Right there. And then what happens, the external jugulars, the two external jugulars connect right here, right there, across. Just above so there's my thyroid cartilage right there above, and it goes across, and that is now my transverse jugular right there. Okay, so let's see where are we, folks. We've got the brachiocephalic vein on the right hand side and the two branches, subclavian and external jugular. External jugular is this long one on the outside, then comes into, called external. Then, I'm lucky, and some of our cats, most cats, we're not going to see that internal jugular. Runs next to the carotid artery, internal jugular. And then, above my thyroid cartilage, connecting the two external jugulars is the transverse jugular. Okay, now, that's going to be the last thing we're going to look at today, folks. So, when you're done working with that, right, depending on how much string you have to tie the bag down with, you're going to cut 2 more pieces of string, right, that you're going to use to tie the